I don't suppose you know how to spot weld.
The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it?
The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war. Are you trying to get on my good side? But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Here's a document. Here we go. This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for a proper burial. This looks like what we need. Here's one. I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec. That should be enough to start. Let me take a look. Atlas decommission report. So the project was in... Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this. I guess you're right. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood. We run a tight ship in the Brotherhood. Or, at least we're supposed to. All of the information. I was hoping we could get through this without you needing to know, but... Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. There's probably a terminal around here. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we... The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check. The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary. That should be enough to start. Let me... Ah, wow. There's only... The military... I did ask you. Now, let's follow up on... There's probably a terminal around here. The report mentioned... Finally. Should be a simple inspection. Take note of the details and we'll... Interesting. Looks like we've got company. Here we go. Glad that's over with. Stay away! Close one. I don't envy the knights. That does it for the inspection. Let's talk. All right, let's go over the inspection. The diagnostics check revealed some issue. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus? Oh, misaligned. Next, we have the release valve. It certainly did. I'm going to mark that. Last but not least, the one. Yep, I think. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. Nobody does, outside of a classroom. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, if you can, you earn my favor. If you can't, then, well, I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor. There's a lot I can learn from examining them. If we can... I want to take some notes on the core up there, so each extraction will be a little different. But any questions? Or are you... I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do. Oh, I thought of one more thing. Can you pick up the induction coil up there on the machine core? What's that? That doesn't sound good.
Please stand clear. This is now a free fire zone.
You could run. I'm trying to kill you, you know. I don't want to be morbid. I hope we can still be friends when this is all over.
We survived. Whew. Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected. The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this? This is... Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine? The fuel of the future. I'd heard the stories, but to think I could hold so much energy in my hands like this? Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. Oh, I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate, and soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in. After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look. Thanks again for your help.
Ad Victoriam.
We should spend less time
fight is
learning
just
for
beginning.
Defiance and
Stay
more time
disciplined.
here, where Appalachia's future will be decided.
New recruits,
Ah,
training, weapons, and a base like this. We're gonna be invincible.
request for the Brotherhood should be passed through Night Shin. Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need? As a paladin, I am the commander of the 1st Expeditionary Force to Appalachia, and by extension, the ranking officer here at Fort Atlas. I've received a report from Night Shin detailing your assistance in his... Word around the fort is that you've been working... It takes more than hope to join... Night Shin has spoken in your favor, but... Well, between this and the report I have from Night... Consider it carefully. Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor. With time and training, you may one day join the Scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Night Shin would be your direct superior here, though any of... Both have given their approval to... In short, she thinks you are capable, helpful, and possessed of a higher-than-average technical... Night Shin said that your attitude regarding the role of the Brotherhood in relation to the civilian community was... Nonetheless, he felt your intentions were honorable, which means he probably thought I'd like you. Yes? With the recommendations of Night... But first, in order to be effective in our operations here, we need... If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, we have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers. I want you to clear it out. Your reward is that I... Limited intel suggests this is a milk run, perfect for a new recruit. But you're not wrong. Take this as an addition. We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expect... You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the Old Lewis... Very well. Do this.
The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Someone returned their gun to the wrong place again.
Scorched, the raiders, the ghouls. If anything tries to attack, we'll be
If
ready.
you're gonna be walking around up here, at least grab... Well, you aren't in it. I'd like to reverse engineer it and make more, of course. Think of how far... No, I don't think so. As much as I'd love to, we're too short-handed. We'll have to make do with learning what...
Find, protect, and preserve.
Sure thing. What's the next topic? I'll be here if you need anything.
The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person someday.
I wonder what legacy I'll leave to the Scrolls. With all these new initiates, I may need another scribe just to keep the Scrolls up to date.
Order, learning, protection. I have everything I need here.
Almost back in the day, but look what else it brought. I'm glad we guard our tech closely.
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Everything makes sense now. This is my place. My mission. Fort Atlas is in good hands. Night Shin's trained us well.
I made it, Scribe Takano. I wish you were here too.
I have my eye on you. Find, protect, and preserve.
Ultrasite country. Who knows what strange contraptions the old mining firms built here?
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else it wrought. I'm glad we guard our tech closely. The fight is just beginning. Stay disciplined.
New recruits, Night Shin's training, weapons, and a base like this. We're gonna be invincible.
I can do more than just fight. But how do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm put on patrol day and night?
To think of everywhere we've been, this old place may hold the most promise.
The settlers, they want to rebuild. But they're only looking to the future. We need to understand the past as well. Or else we'll make the same
Robots
mistakes
everywhere,
going
but
forward.
all standard models. Surely there's something more to discover here.
Protection. I have everything I need here.
Atlas Project Research Log 104. Lieutenant Marks and I have begun calibrating the ion beam accelerator. We've hit a plateau at the 300 MeV threshold. Microvariations in the magnetic flux are disrupting the Betatron induction loop. The lieutenant is working on a firmware update for the coil controller, and she said she'll have the wobble out by Monday. Assembly of the main device remains on schedule. The Air Force is nothing if not punctual. Colonel Oberlin is still pressing for the facility to be fully operational before the end of the year. Well, as much as I want to see my research in action, we need to proceed carefully. If this goes wrong, the results could be catastrophic. Atlas has the potential to change the world. Or destroy it.
Stock up now while supplies are available. Resupply here, citizen.
Huh? Whoa, whoa there. Mom, Dad!
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
The Brotherhood? Again?
Oh, man.
Lower the gun, George. All right.
Mom's gonna want to talk to you first. You better go before she gets mad.
Now you need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. I'm Carol Putnam. This is my husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging? Might not be Lewis or son.
But Lewis was a cousin of mine back in the day. God rest his soul. We were looking a good place to... I told Carol we ought to...
Even after all these years, there's enough salvageable tools. Didn't see any point in updating the... Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting?
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is tough. So you want to know about them ghouls? Lord, don't get them started.
Oh, yeah. The lasers, the power armor, they are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Marty, you barely do your chores now, and you get confused by the generator. What good would you be?
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a shrimp like you.
I can pay you to get these two out of my hair.
George!
I'm just kidding. You boys know we love you.
Go ahead, George. I'm curious, too.
They're grown, I suppose, and it might be a good opportunity for them. We can't spare them on the farm, though. It's too much work to do. One, maybe. Long as you swear to look out for him. Reckon you better ask the wife, though.
Now, I don't like it, but they're adults. Or close enough, I guess. And I know they're bound to want to do their own thing, but the farm needs work. If one of them wants to go, well now, George and I'll just have to live with it. But you ain't taking both of my boys.
Ooh, me.
Fine by me. Me, George, and the boys. Marty's the overeager one. Colin's the quiet one. I hope I don't need...
There's also the robots outside, of course.
Nerd.
Boys, knock it off.
So, us, the robots, and the dogs, I guess. Well, we're getting to be self-sufficient soon. Greenhouse is getting there.
The boys are gonna want rooms of their own, dear. Don't act like you wouldn't mind being away from their snoring.
We've got other work needs doing first. Lord, if I can put up with your snoring for 20 years. Can't say for certain.
A lot of the sightings and attacks have been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods.
And the only thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. Aren't you on a mission from the Brotherhood?
She's right, of course, but that doesn't mean we're not... Now here, wherever you...
Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. If you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you even realize. Good to hear. Safe roads means safer traders. Good for everyone. All right, then. Can't say for certain.
A lot of the...
And the... Just try not to startle us if you drop by again.
Be safe out there. Good luck to you.
You gotta take me with you. I'm ready for this. I just know it. Heck yes. And I asked them a bunch of questions and told them about wanting to leave the farm and everything. I think that means they like... Well, no. One night, I thought I saw it. Dad came running because of the noise. It turned out it was just... I suppose, but... I'm strong, I'm fit, and I'm ready to fight. Whatever you need, I'll fight. Oh, Mom and Dad are fine here. Besides, the only thing I'm really good for around here is hauling things. I know Colin's got the brains, but even I...
I really would like to join the Brotherhood. I know I'm sure this farm isn't the place for me. The Brotherhood could change. Can you make me a recruit? Okay. What do you need? Maybe so, but Marty's right about one thing. It'd be amazing to get to work with. It is safe. So safe, I'll end up still running this place. There's nothing wrong with farming, and I love my parents. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be nervous, but I'm willing to risk it if it... Maybe I'm not, but I'm not cut out to be a farmer either. The Brotherhood has tech, and that's an opportunity to learn. That's all I want. Smarter than Marty, anyway. No offense to my brother, but if he can't solve a problem with his muscles, he's stumped. I read anything I can find. Most of the working machinery around the farm is my handiwork. I'm the one who got the bots running. The Brotherhood can't be all brawn and no brains, right? I'm sure. This farm isn't the place. Can you make me a recruit? Alright, that seems fair enough. I'll do my best to earn that recommendation, I promise. Are you sure about me, though? I know my brother wants this too, and I heard Mom. Really? That's... you go on ahead. I need to talk to my folks and say goodbye and...
Jeez. I never figured the runt would be the one to go out on an adventure first. Listen, I give him a rough time, but he's my little brother. You let him get hurt, and I'll find you. That's a promise.
You take care of my boy. Understand?
You got more questions? Or is... I'm not happy about it, but I can see he got his heart set on it. Get my baby boy hurt, though. Just try not to startle us if you drop by.
keep a lookout for raiders.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bennett Orwell, we of the West Virginia Lucky Hits Lottery Company are pleased to inform you of the result of our November lottery game, held on the 10th of this month. Your names are attached to Lucky Hits, Lotto Ticket 59, 28, 42, 88. We are overjoyed to tell you that this ticket was November's Lucky Lottery winner. It's the largest single-month game in Lucky Hits history. You are hereby approved to receive an immediate cash payment in the amount of $300,000. Mr. and Mrs. Orwell, congratulations! A local Lucky Hits prize representative will be arriving at your residence on November 30th, just a few short days away. To avoid any unnecessary mix-ups, please contact our headquarters as soon as possible to confirm your home address. Now, we advise that it's in your best interest to keep this news from the public's attention. We value all of our Lucky Hits customers, and we can't wait to hear from you. Once again, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Orwell, winners of West Virginia's largest ever lottery game.
Hey, you're here. I had to sneak past everything outside, and then I heard some noises deeper in here, so just hold. Yeah, Dad gave me. I don't have a lot of practice, but I know some shortcuts. And you don't grow up with an older brother without learning. Not until I got here, no. But the house seemed a likely bet to have some. Don't worry, I will.
Ugh!